Hi, I'm Mike. It's a cold and gray Wyoming Tuesday morning. Hunting season is almost over. The weather's not supposed to get any better. So it's time to start cleaning out the sales barn and get a bunch of equipment put away on the project list on our Wyoming Life. Welcome back to the Project List, a series that comes out every Tuesday. Please subscribe and follow along as we tackle this list right here behind me. It's constantly growing, and well, I guess that's pretty much normal around here, any time of the year. But a big part of the project list is being flexible and prioritizing. Some projects can wait until we're looking for something to do. Others need done right away. But some are very much weather dependent. We're pretty much done with fall, all 2 weeks of it. We actually wondered if fall was even going to come, as we had snow back in the beginning of October, but eventually Mother Nature, well, she cooled her jets and the weather's kind of straightened out for a bit. Over the past couple of weeks, we've had temperatures averaging in the high 50s to low 60s. That, it looks like, is all done. More snow is on the way. We have nighttime lows into the 20s for the next few days, and temperatures only getting up into the 30s and 40s. If we're lucky. When it's wintertime around here, which apparently it is, then it's time to start putting equipment away. It's kind of like putting your toys away when you're done playing with them. And most of the stuff that we put away for winter, we're not going to be using again until spring, but some of it we will. With that in mind, we just can't throw all our toys in the closet and hope that Mom doesn't find them. Some equipment we'll need access to. And with a lack of storage options around here, we have to be pretty smart about how we do it. Not only is this the project list behind me, but this is also the sales barn right through this door. Our largest storage area for, well, stuff. For the last month or so, it's been used as a hunter processing and storage facility. But now we're going to take it back and we're going to jam it full of as much stuff as we can. And sometimes, to go forward, it feels like we're going backwards. This barn used to be used for cattle sales up until the 90s. Since then, it's been pretty much storage. But before it can be storage again, we need to clean it up a little bit. Everything set up for the hunters needs to be removed and put away. A carcass hanger is removed from the rafters, and tables and chairs are put away. Well, maybe put away might be too strong of a word. Let's just say stashed somewhere else. Even our trusty scarecrow, Slim, who's here to supervise this entire project, gets a little bit of attention, and we switch out his hat for the one we blew up just a few weeks ago. That looks better. Trash, mostly feed bags, are removed and burned in the incinerator. Then a few tons of feed that I've been storing in here has to be moved out to make way for bigger equipment and make it more accessible when we need it. Luckily, the Bobcat is back up and running on all 4 tires, and with it, we make short work of getting the 8 tons of cow cake out of the barn and set aside for a while we come up with a game plan. Anything we don't need in here right now, we can get out, like this insulation, which I need to put up in the garage. We're gonna move it where we need it, and the nice thing is that it'll actually block in my Firebird. So if I wanna drive it, I have to get the insulation up and installed. Tarps are pulled up, and anything in the way is moved off to the side. With that, the sales barn is ready for winter guests. And first up is the baler. With a lot of rubber, the winter sun will wear out baler belts pretty fast, so storing it inside only makes sense. Getting it in, though, is a bit of a trick, as our door doesn't offer much clearance, and backing it in is like backing in a small trailer. Small movements make a big change in the direction you're going, but once it's in place, then we can disconnect it from the tractor. When we're clear, then it's time to park the 4055 in here as well. Space is limited, and since we shouldn't need the 4055 during the winter, we can put it as far back as we can. Of course, Slim is in the way, but that's easily fixed and he finds a new place to hang out. Out of the way, but still with a good view. Next up is a 6410. This tractor will probably see some work this winter, so we want it somewhere where you can still get it out. But by putting it in next, we can ensure that it's put away and still accessible. In order to help it fit a bit better, we're going to remove the bucket and leave it outside. This is a newer loader than we have on our feeding tractor, and disconnecting the bucket is pretty simple. All you have to do is pull one pin, take off the hydraulics, and back away. Our brooding box for chickens is in the way, but that can be moved. We shouldn't need it until next spring. And now we can bring in the tractor. This is kind of like playing Tetris, or if you were like me, Dr. Mario. I always like that one better. With our tractors in place, it's time to start bringing our feed back in. This will be fed up pretty quickly after snow hits, as the cows will receive about 300 pounds of it every other day. If I do need to get the tractor out before we feed it up, well, then I'll probably have to move it. But for now, this is the best place to put it. And I'm doing it now because I also want to do it with less equipment in here. Less to back into, as you can't see much out of the back of the Bobcat. Next up are four-wheelers. I'm certain we're going to need those this winter, so they go in next somewhere where we can get them out pretty quickly if we need them. Right up the middle. The 445 tractor with the lawnmower deck is brought in as well, and a smaller lawnmower that we use for yards and places where the chance of hitting rocks is much less. The International 606 is going to live in here this winter, and it, like normal, it fires right up. We get in and we put it to bed. Last but not least, the workhorse. The Bobcat is wedged in, maybe a little crooked to make it fit. The batteries for all this stuff is a concern over the winter. Almost everything parked in here is going to get a trickle charger to make sure that batteries are in tip-top shape when it comes time to pull them out. I have a heavy gauge extension cord that I think my mother-in-law actually got for Christmas lights. It's been commandeered by the ranch and is now used as a handy way to plug in all the chargers for winter. This cord has an outlet every few feet, and by stringing it all throughout the area, I can pretty much get an outlet by each vehicle. Each one is plugged in and made sure to be working. With all that, the barn is full. Tractors, lawnmowers, and four-wheelers are ready for hibernation, however short it may be. We don't have a lot of storage here, oddly enough. I could use an equipment shed. We still need to get the Model T put away in the fire truck, as well as all the wagons. They're going to go across the road in a much smaller barn over there. And that's when we really get to squeezing. Thanks for joining me for a few hours this morning. You know, it doesn't seem like much of a job, but by making sure that all of our equipment is taken care of and inside, we have a better chance of not having problems in the spring. Winters here can get a little bit rough, and no one likes to see a tractor sitting outside in the cold. Truth be told, they don't like it much either. Now, this is only the beginning of winterizing around here. We're going to get everything in. Fuel additives will be used, as well as block heaters, but this really gives us a good jumping off point, and it gets me out of the cold when it comes to doing the more work on them. Over winter, we'll have a bunch of tractor maintenance to do, and I hope you can join me for that as well. Speaking of, live stream. It's live stream week here, and if you've never had a chance to join us for a live stream, I really encourage you to do so. They're a lot of fun. We get a chance to sit down with you and hang out for a little bit. We answer questions, we get your advice, and we show you more of what happens behind the scenes around here, and a bunch of stuff that never makes it into a video. That happens on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and I hope to see you there. You won't regret it. I know we never do. I'm going to get some lunch. I think I just heard Erin pull in from picking up Lincoln for preschool, and then it's going to be time to get back to work. Come back and hang out again, and please subscribe so that you can come along with us and explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. Until I see you again, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.